Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your humble host, Revo, and welcome back to another day in the revolution. Today, I'm back with my good friend Ninten, and we are back with more The Great Ace Attorney 2. Praise all. Last time, we just finished up the investigation. And now we're getting ready to start up the next part of the trial. Oh, well, let's begin. 24th of October. One of two things is going to happen. A, we're going to get to a Be Continue part. B, Nitin has to go pick up his mom, and we have to stop. So we'll see what comes first.
Pretty much. I mean, since we started the trial, we don't know when it will happen. When we will see the to be continued.
Yeah.
Okay, I just have to use one really quick, but I'm good now.
Okay.
Hairbrain.
Yep, it's Hairbrain.
Just wondering who the judge is going to be, or not the judge. I wonder if there's going to be random new characters that I remember last time. I was like, I don't know. As long as I didn't know that one person was going to be in this trial.
Right.
I thought they were in the next case, but apparently not. Okay. Anyway, good morning to you, Miss Naruto.
Ah, good morning, Professor. Ready for today's proceedings?
I hope so. It should be even with nothing left to... Oh, okay. Interrupt him, I guess.
Yep.
Good morning, my dear fellow.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you're here.
My method is to on shoulder to shoulder with his friends in battle at all times. But you haven't been doing that lately, though.
Got that right. Okay, sorry, give me 1 second. Thank you, I really appreciate it. I'll see you later then. Now, Professor, we need you to remain calm in the courtroom today.
Yes. You try your hardest not to enter the witnesses stand uninvited again. Oh. Yes, I will. I realized it was a mistake, but I must object.
What? Oh, you're still here, Mr. Sholmes? What's the matter?
Well, you overlooked some phrase, have you not? Speak after my directions, hmm?
Sorry, I don't follow.
Let me start out. I, the great Sherlock Holmes, the initiative of a worldwide acclamation, arose at some ungodly hour to be here now. In the morning, miracles, you must agree.
Well, actually, I do agree, because he's normally not up this early. Whatever time it is right now. It is a little after 9, so... Well, if I must agree, then...
No, this is quite incredible. Because the two boys are full... Come on, he pulled the covers off, took me, hooked those cheeks, punched me, and kicked me from the bed.
Oh,
For the
God.
pulling of relays experimental breath on my face, and at last I was just dead. Oh my, I've been busy.
Well, I guess you want to be sure Sholmes was here.
I'm just surprised it took him that long, considering that he freaking punched and kicked him.
Question is where did she punch and kick at, too?
That is a good question.
Iris does have it in her. Iris doesn't have it in her to go that far. She's too nice.
I don't know. When it comes to films, maybe.
Right.
The fellow scientist. I'm a fellow scientist. One who loves that relishes infinite possibilities of finding peace.
Okay.
One worthy of praise.
Say so.
No one worthy of praise. Here, not Iris. Now you fix it. I don't remember who this is.
Sorry to cut in.
Oh, okay, let's start then.
Oh, Inspector Grayson. Good morning.
To my dear fellow, why the Grimace listeners is delayed from the early hour? Oh, no, maybe because I've been confronted with a Grimace expression, eh? Dear me, are you going to take that insult lying down, Professor? What? What? I don't know! Oh, dang.
Poor Professor.
And just try not to get freaking guilty. Anyway, here's the paperwork you asked for.
What paperwork?
I took the liberty of requesting it yesterday. I was feeling it might prove useful. One believes that Hooper had the jumpers to get this brought up out of the archives. It's Professor's autopsy report. Oh.
Oh, that actually... Why is that deep in the archives? Or unless it's
I mean, he was an infamous mass murderer, and they probably don't want too much information about it in the public.
Hold on. You're the professor of harebrained... Okay. So... But the professor's autopsy... It's for this case. So we should have a record of how he died. That's what the autopsy report is supposed to be for.
No, I mean, it's talking about the professor, the one who did all those murders.
Oh, you're talking about Trevor.
I mean, no, not Trevor. You'll see. That mass murderer?
Who killed 5 members of the aristocrat tree.
Is the one that is the professor the one the waxwork that we saw in that special exhibit, the one with no head.
Oh, right. Right. That professor. So then, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm?
So, yeah, that's... I'm thinking the professor that was murdered in this case. Never mind.
I don't believe there's a good amount of professors in this case, so it's understandable. Was found guilty in a booth 10 years ago. 10 years ago now. It was all done under wraps. It was quickly executed soon after the trial. It's on here. The killer is autopsy report.
The autopsy report of the mass murderer known as the Professor, who was tried and found guilty by a closed trial 10 years ago. We're reading that, obviously.
Condemned prisoner. Interesting.
Okay.
Name's not there.
It just goes by,
Yeah, he goes by Professor. Death by hanging. Confirmed at midnight, 17th of June. By Courtney Stevens.
That tells us nothing! That tells us literally nothing about him.
Well, as of now, it doesn't.
Obviously. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Inspector.
I mean, hey, something is better than absolutely nothing.
Even though that something is
I mean,
basically nothing.
yeah, but we found out how he died, what day he died, and also the person who signed that, which is Courtney Stevens.
Which is the... Yep. No.
Which is a relative of probably of Courtney's type.
I was gonna say because...
It wasn't Scythe herself, it was probably, I don't know, some, a relative that did that. Anyway. Yes, much obliged, button.
Oh, I don't think it's going to happen, but I should do this.
Oh, I guess it'll make things a bit easier.
Oh, and I don't know if you know this, but almost every one of my streams, you make a guest appearance on it. I don't know if you know that.
You?
Yeah, because every time you come online when I'm streaming, I have the notification of when you come online, and it pops up in the right-hand corner.
What?
Huh?
I was like, what? Oh. No, I was like, what do you mean I make guess? Oh, and then you said notification. No, that makes sense. Anyway. Slowly along the yard, just doing what we can. In the shadow of the Great Detective Film. What?
Well then, Professor Hairbrain, this is it. Today we're gonna lay all this to rest.
I wish we'd have best of luck, Professor. I suppose he'll be in there today, will he? Trevor? Yes, we expect the prosecution to summon him as a witness. So amazed that you managed to find him in just one day.
Well, when you have a dog that's can sniff somebody out, then that's not surprising, actually.
Yeah, but it's not normalized as of yet.
True.
I really owe you both so much. Oh.
Counsel and the defendant! The trial is about to resume. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once!
Let us go.
Let's go! This is it then, the final chapter. Funny, my heart's racing a little.
Correct. It's not the final chapter. There's still like one more case left.
Well,
like,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure final chapter of this chapter.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean by that. But it's like game-wise, it's not really.
Yeah, I've not felt this before. Actually, it's a strange foreboding. Yet, Phoenix, your descendant, for as long as you've been around, been a lawyer, your descendant will have always felt this foreboding since at least the second trial of the first game, as if something's going to happen in the trial that I'm not ready for. But I can't let that distract me from the only thing that really matters. Finding the truth.
Nine thirty a.m. Oh, I saw the guy there next to Swampy.
Yeah. I was actually just distracted by the guy who was the magician who was just taking his card and going
Pushing his card down, just tossing them
yeah.
to the side. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. Resume the public hearing of Albert Harebrained. Your President who stands accused of murder. The council, on the prosecution and defense ready to proceed.
That looks so weird, by the way, seeing the prosecution actually having a assistant.
Someone with them. Yeah, like someone with them. Usually that's not really the case. Prosecution is ready, my lord.
The defense is ready, my lord. As promised, Lord Von Siegs has his apprentice with him. His apprentice with memory loss.
Like we're going against Kazuma.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't officially confirmed it, but it's pretty much Kazuma.
Yeah. But and that is really strange. I mean, yes, technically Mia comes back, but when she is being channeled. But other than that when the person dies, they don't come back.
People die when they are killed.
Yeah.
Memory loss on Zeke. Yes, my lord. There appears to be someone standing at your side. Ah, yes, my princess and an assistant. What these moves, very quickly will see complexity of it. Live considerably. Oh.
Hello. I mean, I thought this looked like it had a quirk, but I wasn't really Anyways.
Sword with a sword, okay. Interesting.
Yep.
And I want to like this into a 10-minute show at the food running of the trial. And also so you can open any bottled wine.
Yep. And the smooth running of liquid refreshments by the look of it.
Way he holds himself, way he moves. Can't be anyone else. I mean, all muscle memory.
Right. They always say that even if you lose your memory, the skills you have still remain. Even if you can't understand why.
Yeah, the mind may forget, but the body won't.
Exactly. But he's still suffering from amnesia. So there's really nothing we can do at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much. I know, but well, this is very hard. Peter the prosecution has done a fine job in responding to the demands the court made yesterday. Understanding the unsuspecting security engineer who disappeared from the scene on the day. Yes, my lord. I intend to call him as a witness shortly. Very good. Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, open children to represent the will of the people in the courtroom today. Are you really ready and willing to proceed?
They were the same people in yesterday's trial, so...
I mean, yeah, they want to make sure they're ready.
Of course, my lord. I'm sure we'll all understand the importance of doing our civic duty.
I mean, the only time that the jurors had to be changed was when, I think it was Miss...
It was,
forget her name.
Oh, that old soldier's wife who pretended to be
Yeah,
a
I forget the name. Yeah. But she was like the only one that I think... Did she get replaced, I think?
She was replaced by her husband when she was...
Yeah, she was replaced by her husband. Because, yeah, we had to continue the trial, and since she was...
Gyarados!
Yeah, Gyarados. But yeah, so yeah.
Joanne, I
That'll
think,
be the
was
only
her
time
name.
that, yeah. That was like the only time that they technically switched jurors.
Yeah. You know, the only game that I kind of wish that they would bring to the PlayStation so we can do it would be the Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to do.
Not really. Why would that be hard to do?
No, in terms of like trying to get, because of Layton. Layton's not a Capcom; it's like a different property,
Oh, right.
not owned by Capcom.
Level 5, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah. If it was a Capcom IP, it'd be easier.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if it was gameplay-wise, anything on the touch.
No, gameplay-wise, no, yeah. It's a 3DS game, and the Great Ace Attorney the Great Ace Attorney was really a 3DS game, so there's no,
yeah,
not really an excuse for that.
Except there was not much touchscreen compared to Layton, but still, I want to look at something real quick.
I mean, the only thing is with the Layton and Ace Attorney games that it's not canon, so it won't affect the story.
Yeah. Doesn't look like there's any Layton games on the
Not on PlayStation, but probably on Switch at best.
True.
I know there's supposed to be a new one sometime soon.
Blade Dancer. What the hell's Blade Dancer?
I don't know.
It's a turn-based game. Looks like an old. Might have been a PS2 game from the graphics. Oh no, it was for the PSP. Anyways, back to what we were doing. Back to our regular scheduled program.
Dude, I think this fight has been embassy. I find it so very wearing.
To take a man's life with a conjuring trick. It's against the magician's code, and not to mention the law.
Hey, big scientist, feel the bats is gone.
Right. There's a kid here. Why is there a kid on the... Okay. We have, listened to what they said on both sides of the fence. And, to settle on one, that's it, isn't it?
Wasn't like this in my day. Wasn't like this at all. All parties are present, are ready to proceed. You may begin, Lord Monty. Before I do, my lord, there is a report I must read to the court.
He starts reading before he even opens it.
Like he knew. Like, Yesterday, at the Great Exhibition Grounds, the evidence of primary importance in this super high voltage instantaneous laser. Seriously, we gotta sort that somehow.
Right.
It was installed on the experimentation phase, was literally destroyed in an explosion, affected by an unknown person or persons.
It was what?
An explosion? This is an outrage. Yes, I heard this grave news yesterday. Scotland Yard submitted a report to my office in the evening.
Yeah, and we know who did it, by the way.
Yeah, but that's not going to come up just yet. Until it matters.
Of course not.
Until it matters to the current. I read that the was blasted to smithereens and the wreckage reduced to ashes in the flames. I have here a photograph print of the scene taken in the wake of the explosion. One of the two guards are okay, though, honestly.
Hey, what do you know? We were right.
Wow, it's a trap door. Yeah, I hope the guards are okay, because they're just doing their job.
Right.
Yeah,
Excuse me, Your Honor. We know who caused the explosion. Silence, fool! This is not the time. Excuse me.
those little men, the machine. Yeah, it's a terrible, terrible business.
He did it to destroy the evidence, did he?
That endless rubber. Who will take this as evidence? So, not much point to investigating, doing that. Most pictures we can't do much with.
Photographic print of the experimental stage after it was completely leveled by a time bomb. The metal floor of the stage has been blown open by the explosion.
Yesterday afternoon, modification, resection of the floor generation by special disposition for scientific equipment act was revoked. Before a thorough investigation could begin, the invention was obliterated from existence. And thus, this will become a very different file.
Silence!
It stands now with no evidence on which to draw meaningful conclusions. English. The authenticity of the computer machine will remain forever in obscurity.
We're not gonna mention that there's a trap door in it? Okay.
Indeed, the most unfortunate state of affairs. Well, one thing remains clear. Victim's death was the result of the actions of the accused. That we can be certain. It was the accused himself who was operating the system, who ultimately lost of control.
Objection!
As Lord Von C. rightly says, this is a very different trial now. The accused accepts responsibility for his part in the events that transpired. He acknowledged that Mr. Asmund died as a result of the accident caused by his machine's malfunction. However, unbeknownst to the professor, he was being deliberately deceived by a pair of very clever fraudsters. You're breaking up there. Very muffled.
Oh. What was that?
Are you using your new phone?
No. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Names, Council, if you please.
That's better. The engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebber, and the victim himself, Mr. Odie Asmund. So, what exactly were those two men up to behind the defendant's back? The defense intends to expose that information, thus establishing the unequivocal innocence of the defendant.
The positions of the prosecution and defense have been clearly stated. Hold on, speak. Your first witness, please. Once, my lord. The prosecution calls to engineer Mr. Enoch Drebber to the stand.
I'm gonna do one thing real quick. Give me 1 second. Are you kidding? Okay, guys, give me a second. My splitter is acting up again. I've got to reset it. as soon as I sit back down. Okay, come on, give me my game back, please. Give me my game back. Okay. Do that. Thank you. Damn thing. All right, go ahead. I was Trevor, right?
Yeah.
Name, Ignat Drepa. Occupation. Hard to pin down, I would say. Heck yes, I feel as though I've seen it somewhere before. Oh, you too? I exactly feeling myself. I'm gonna go back to that real quick. You see that black monocle? Yes, so why do I have a feeling I've seen that somewhere before? Oh, you too? I had the exact same feeling myself.
The problem is that you are currently being investigated in connection with another case. The theft of a waxwork marble. Is it? Was it extraordinary challenging business?
But that had no bearing on this trial, I assure you. Cleave it from your mind.
Well, not yet at least.
Right.
That's just how it's gonna work. Sometimes when you think it's not has to do with the case, then it does.
Yep. So, never say that, especially when we've investigated it.
Exactly. I mean, he doesn't know we investigated, granted, so can't really say much to that.
True.
Ultimately, was a public experiment carried out and a great exhibition some days ago. The accused of super high voltage interface kinesis demonstration.
Yes, you could say that. I am aware of it. There was a terrible accident, wasn't there?
I think the reason why he says before he opens it is because, you know, someone has to give it to him and maybe didn't account for that or forgot to do that.
Right, and also he probably memorized it, and so he knows exactly what to say as he's opening it.
Yeah. It was you, Mr. Java, who constructed the vast machine we used in the experiment. Also, our investigation is indicated. You confirm your involvement.
Yes, I constructed it in precise accordance with the blueprints, but that's all.
And the course would be very interested to hear your thoughts about the machine, I'm sure.
An amazing device, if you ask me. The principle of modern science making instantaneous kinesis a reality at last. What?
Gracious, you mean to say the experiment was falsified? Is that your belief, sir?
Yes, it's very much my belief. Such a waste it blew up.
Objection!
We've already established that the machine was nothing more than a prop for an elaborate conjure trick.
Objection!
You established nothing of the sort. All that was shown during yesterday's proceedings. is that the machine could have been produced by means of stage trickery. The defense merely proposed a method and demonstrated its feasibility, nothing more.
But...
No but. Well, perhaps it is long enough, I feel. Witness, you will now give your formal testimony about the machine that you have constructed for the purpose of the demonstration at the Great Exhibition.
Understood. He's like, his hand is going like, tick, tock, tick, tock. It's like his hand is moving back and forth, going back and forth in time. The Kinesis machine. I met the young professor approximately 1 year ago through Mr. Asman's instructions. He provided me with the blueprints and I constructed the machine to his precise specifications. It was no trick. It was the whole show. If the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. Tell me, did the victim have a twin? All the spectators saw the birdcage appear above their heads and crash headfirst into the crystal tower. A terrible accident, I grant you. Perhaps the science on which the machine was built was flawed somehow. A body double? Yeah, that's how there would have to be a body double. I mean, that goes without saying. Wow. I didn't even... Okay. That goes without saying, surely. To give an impression that something had moved when in reality it hasn't, it's basis conjecturing principle. The deception could not be achieved without substituting the original with the fake at some point in the performance. But I would be right in saying you haven't managed to establish anything along those lines. Kind of hard to when you blew up the damn machine, you dumb fuck. Ugh.
Infinitely. What Deacon has always confirmed that Mr. Asman had no twin siblings.
Yeah, but everyone has a twin somewhere around in the world.
Yeah, around the world. Doesn't mean they're there.
Yeah, I've actually met a couple people just right in my city. One when I went to school with, and then someone else that lives on my street that look exactly the same, except one is younger, and there is no family ties or whatnot. So.
My understanding that this is well versed in punching artfulness. Such numbers do not indicate that he was actually able to accomplish that of what he claimed. Namely, the construction of what, by all accounts, must have been an extremely complex scientific machine.
Whatever do you mean?
What the true nature of your past exploits to like this, brother?
Indeed it did, my lord. As a swindler who preys on innocent scientists to elicit government grant money through conjuring know-how. Yes, it's true. I possess a considerable knowledge of stage magic. But critically, my scientific knowledge more than matches that of any academic in the field.
Investigation of pointed act.
Huh?
No, I accidentally hit X.
Oh.
Significantly in the witnesses workshop attest to that claim, my lord. As evidence, we found this Royal Society trophy for a young talent in science there. Yes, that's true. We spotted it there ourselves.
If a hypothesis is sound, it can always be forged into physical manifestation with significant skill. Though I may have sold the secrets of some desperate willies to sniveling.
Okay. I think
Sniveling talentless scientists in the past.
He therefore asserts that his explosion of the machine was
an unfortunate accident, or, of course, a deliberate act of murder carried out by my misuse of the science. Carried out by the misuse of the science, not mine.
I do like how he moves.
Yeah. Made you wonder if he's actually human or if he's... Wait!
No, I don't think he's a robot.
No, not... Oh, I mean, he's some kind of animatronic robot with sentient stuff. Advanced for the time. But no, what if there wasn't a body double, but what about a machine double?
I don't think there would have been a machine double.
Think about it. If there was no one that looks like our victim, then a machine double that would look just like and move just like him could be plausible, especially since we have one right here that is android, machine, whatever it is.
Yeah, but same thing we said with the waxwork, considering that one of them had no head.
True.
You can just make a head that looks like him and then just put on the body.
Exactly. So
considering that he probably stole the waxwork, that's probably what he used as a body double.
So I love how no one is saying, "Hey, why do you sound like you're a machine?"
I mean, we don't know if he's something machine, though. Granted, he hasn't actually said any words.
Yeah.
Counsel for defense, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, my lord. All right. I'm going to test something. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be it, but I'm gonna test it anyways. Oh, excuse me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and let's see, which one was it? Blueprints, fabrication. There was no trick. Well, just over require a body double. All the speculated birdcage. A terrible accident who the science with the machine build flawed somehow. I'm going to present on the last one, which I know this is not going to be it, but hey, who knows?
Objection!
Nope, I knew it was wrong. Okay. I thought that, hey, maybe we get lucky. Let's see. I want to press the third statement.
Hold it!
Of course, that's it. Mr. Asman was a twin.
Objection!
Really bad at getting a call really quick.
Okay. Alright. I guess while he's doing that, I can look a few things up. Just because I can. P5R. I will never play that game, actually. I don't know. Ooh, The Last Remnant? Ooh, I might pick that up. When is that? The 23rd. I might pick that up. Oh. This is included. Interesting. Madden
Okay,
26.
I'm back.
And
Yeah, it was my mom. My mom just called me saying that she is definitely coming home today.
okay, and oh, well, wait, I got a question. You don't drive, do you?
I do. I don't drive much, but I do.
Oh, I thought you told me you didn't have a license because you don't you have no.
No, I
reason
have
to.
a license. I have a license. Well, recently because of some stuff, I do have one now. But I only have one car at the moment. That's why.
Oh, so okay. So that's right. Your dad must be busy that you would have you go pick your mom up. I mean, I'm not complaining or anything. It just got me wondering just a little bit. Is all.
Yeah. Anyway, what did you press on?
Third one. Does he have a double or a twin or whatever?
Okay. Hold it. There we go. And
then I'm on Von Zeke's statement.
give me a second.
What's up?
I'm just looking through evidence right now, just double checking and refreshing myself really quick. Because it has been a little bit, and I kind of forgot some things.
Yeah, it's been a week. I can't really see the face of the person in the birdcage.
Yeah. Or the frickin' head. Yeah, so we don't, because of the thing, we don't know what the professor actually looks like because of the whole thing on its head. Like, I'm just wondering, why do you separate us in the body, though?
Oh, you're talking about for the professor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll like to know that too.
I mean, we'll find out anyway.
Of course.
Okay. Uh, yeah, that's not much we have, but I mean, we got some stuff.
What's that?
No, I'm just talking about the evidence we do have. Not much, but it's what we gotta work with in these games.
Oh
Sometimes,
yeah.
sometimes you don't have much, and you gotta work with it.
Gotta work with what we have.
Especially in like cases that are just like, oh, here you have a trial, no investigation, just go in.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh,
I'll find my friend.
did your mom say when she's being released?
I'm probably gonna be able to pick her up probably around like 1:30.
One. Okay, so that. Okay, that gives me about a time frame then.
Yeah, it's a decent amount of time we have at least, which is nice.
That gives us still about another hour and a half before you have to leave.
Roughly, which is good enough at least.
Yeah, so we can. How long does it take you to get to the hospital?
Depends how long if there's traffic at all. That is also a question.
So I'd say if you're picking her up about 1:30, I say we probably have until about 1:15.
Okay. As we learned, Ben wasn't listening earlier. The admin had no twin symptoms.
No, I heard you before, but the thread of hope hasn't quite left me.
Maybe we might get a freaking to-be continue before that even happens.
Yeah, we can hope. Or maybe, maybe your mom will be a little bit patient, but if it was me, I would not be patient because, well, I
At
would
the
not.
hospital.
Don't want to sit at a hospital longer than I have to.
Yeah.
And I don't like hospitals to begin with, and I was just visiting them. To actually be stuck there. I guess you're wanting to send me into overload.
The Jason would have been great if there was somebody who looked, sufficiently like the victim. But Dr. Sipes absolutely ruled that out of a possibility. It's beyond question that the victim himself, Mr. Osmond, did move into the crystal tower. Fingerprints found at the scene attest to the fact. So it can't have been orchestrated using someone who looked identical to Mr. Aspen then. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, no, nothing. Just that the idea of someone who looked identical to the victim is playing on my mind.
Okay.
Okay,
I do want to, but I mean, unless you have something you want to present.
Let's see. It's this picture that is the one that's driving it, that is kind of annoying me, that it's like I want to present this picture of the bolt puncturing the balloon, which is where Azimuth was, but there's no way that it would make sense, at least at this time. Anyways, what do you want to press?
Number 2.
He provided me with blueprints, okay?
Hold it!
Hold it. It's clear that you have both scientific knowledge and knowledge of conjuring magic. However, the more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to handle whatever comes along. The kind of debatable at times, but yeah. But your implication is that I first furnished the machine with some trickery, I think. It's a possibility we have to explore. Unfortunately, though, the machine has been blown to Kingdom Come. So there's really nothing left to explore, is there?
Let's say with a planned explosion noise of some kind.
And there's nothing left of the device earlier. Not a single shred of evidence remained, I hear. Maybe not at the stage, but, wasn't there a, prototype where you work? He must have planned this from the outset. But in any case, it's abundantly clear that the experiment couldn't have been a trick. Okay, what the hell? Am I getting... Hold on. Let's see. Oh, it's just... God damn it, Brian. No one else messages good afternoon or whatever. They just read it and take it as is. God, he's annoying. Anyways. It's too bad we don't have... It's too bad we don't have, we weren't able to look at the prototype that was in his lab. Or did we look at it and we just never took notice of it? There was no trick. Spectators saw the bird's cage appear above the heads and crash head first. One bad thing about playing these games blind is that it can take God knows how long just to figure out what the fuck you're supposed to do. Terrible action I grant you. Unless he wants to press on something else, like press on the 4th and the 1st before we press on the last one. So that's when I do want to press on.
If you want to press on the last one, we can.
Okay.
Hold it!
Hold it. So you understood the science, did you? Not in the slightest. Oh, right. I've said a number of times I'm an engineer. My job is to manufacture according to the blueprints I'm given. I would be inviting manifold problems if I foolishly allowed my brain to digest the idea behind them. I could be accused of stealing those ideas, for example. But how is it possible to construct a machine without understanding the principle it relies on? That is a good question, because if you think of it, you would have to understand the principle on it, so when you're building the machine, you don't misdo something.
Yeah.
Or am I just out of my mind thinking that?
I mean, it makes sense because, like, say if you were told to invent something, but you didn't know the context of what the thing's supposed to do. You wouldn't know how to build it if you didn't know what it's supposed to do. At least if you knew what it's supposed to do, you have some knowledge of how you would go around it.
Yeah,
building it.
Yeah, because having a blueprint is one thing, but building it, if you don't understand the applications of it, you can't really build it properly.
Yeah.
At least that's my thinking of it. But how is it possible to construct a machine without understanding the principle? Okay. Well, you're practicing law without really understanding the principle it relies on, aren't you? He does have a point. We did this just on a pure whim because of...
Yeah, because Cosmo supposedly died.
Yeah. But...
And we took over for it.
But also, we do understand the principle of it because we did learn for it.
Granted, it was a bit rushed.
True. A very good point.
Hey, don't for yourself, Mr. Naruto. Wait, Emmett was good in it, isn't he? He just seems like that's such the science must be challenged.
Yes, and really, experimental results are all that matters when it comes to proving hypothesis. He's certainly very shrewd of himself. Wait. Very sure. Okay. Very sure of himself.
What do you think, Mr. Naruto?
Well, now that the machine has been completely destroyed by the explosion, it's going to be impossible to argue its authenticity one way or the other.
If we're unable to establish that there was a piece of speech history rather than genuine science, there's no grounds on which to demonstrate Professor Harrington's innocence.
Both Mr. Asmund and this man in the stand tricked the professor and used him. They took advantage of his naivete. I know how it's supposed to be sound, but I just...
Naivete?
Naivete. And his unbending belief in his work. And I won't let them get away with it. And seeing as the professor is an old friend of Lord Von Zeke's, what on earth must he be feeling towards Drebber?
True, because he still does care about him as a friend.
Oh yeah, he's just doing his job.
Yeah, so...
As cruel as it might be.
Yeah, so he's probably, like, you know, being silent about how he feels about Drebber tricking him.
Yeah. I met the professor approximately 1 year ago. Let's just press number 1.
Hold it!
It'd be funny if it's the first one.
Right. So you're already acquainted with Mr. Asmund himself? Not really. By chance. I've seen his name mentioned in the papers, that's all. But I had no interest in his private affairs. If he was an unscrupulous investor, it was no concern of mine. As long as people pay their bills, I take up my tools and construct what they ask for. So why did Mr. Asman approach you in particular then? Who can say? I presume because my name is associated with excellence in engineering. Not to mention excellence in fraud. Hard to gauge, but the point is, all I did was construct the machine according to the blueprints I was given.
What the machine was built with solid scientific principles.
Yes, you might say that. Professor Harebrain certainly has a mind like no other. I won't deny that. Okay, and just so we can clear it off,
We got the
fourth one.
Hold it!
Yep.
A crash head first, you say? According to many witnesses' reports from those there at the time, yes. You were not there at the experimental grounds on that day? Unlikely. I rarely leave my workshop. Yet another of your unique inventions was found at the scene. Excuse me. Well, it was the unveiling of a machine that I labored over for many months. I saw it clearly with my own eyes. The birdcage plummeted headfirst into the tower. You said you weren't there. Now you're saying you saw the birdcage plunge into the tower? Okay. What a surprise. I believe the victim's neck was broken from the headlong fall, wasn't it? How would you have come by that information? Even an infernal recluse like me reads the newspaper, you know? Was it in the news? Let's see.
Somewhere. Wait, no, this isn't the news for the thing. This is the news for that. Oh, the exhibition is happening. I don't think we have a newspaper for the event that happened.
True. According to the reports, 2 injuries were apparent on the victim's body. Yes, he's been stabbed in the chest by a screwdriver, believed to belong to the defendant. And he had a broken vertebrae as a result of the fall from the considerable height.
Okay. Look, I'm doing his research.
Do we know which injury was the fatal one?
Sadly, no. Forensic science is not yet at the level of where it seems to be determined. What we do know is that the victim died having sustained those injuries at some point during the experiment. And since he was under the birdcage with his neck broken,
It's obvious he fell from a considerable height. I suppose that's hard to deny.
okay then,
Okay. Now we gotta
that's
figure out-
everything.
Let's see.
So at this point, it just comes down to evidence.
Crossbow hidden under the tree experiment. Let's see. Let's see. Hemorrhage of a wound to the chest. Broken vertebrae, most likely result from the impact of the sudden considerable height. Oh wait, I have a question. Is this the birdcage that he was found in? Or was this the birdcage that was in that trap door?
Sure, because I think I see what you're thinking.
Because where did we find this birdcage at? We found it at the stage. But if it was at the Crystal Tower, why would they bring it back?
You're on point, because that's actually what we need.
I'm gonna guess last statement.
Well, the statement that mentions, what is it? All the spectators saw the birdcage appear above their heads and then crash head first into the tower.
Okay. Head first.
But the damage is on the bottom, not the head area.
Objection!
Simple. Yeah, we try to just make it as confusing as possible. We've examined the birdcage that crashed into Crystal Tower ourselves. As you can see, the cage, which is a wooden construction, has sustained damage in one particular spot.
Follow the explosion. It fell 30 feet into the glass. Into the glass of the Crystal Tower. A little damage is to be expected, surely. Yes, I agree. Oh, I didn't know he was going to say that.
I agree. The damage itself is entirely understandable. What doesn't make sense
The area.
is the location of said damage. All the breakage in the wood are at the base of the birdcage, not the top.
Unless you want to say he was upside down in it. But I find that hard to believe.
I find that really hard to believe, since if you look where his head's resting, it's on a pillow.
Exactly. There's photo evidence that he wasn't upside down, so you can't say he was upside down for some weird reason.
What are you saying?
That was in a way that could be.
That's right, my lord. The birdcage was at the scene of the damage at its base. So we have reports of the birdcage falling headlong into the Crystal Tower, yet the damage is at the bottom. The only way to reconcile those two facts is to accept that there were two birdcages in play that day, which were at some point switched. Switched during what wasn't a scientific experiment at all, but an elaborate piece of stage trickery. Yeah!
Richard, explain yourself, witness.
Well...
Examine the facts. There's only one logical conclusion we can draw. The damage on the base of the birdcage clearly indicates that it crashed tail first into the tower.
Objection!
But multiple witnesses reports claim it fell head first.
The birdcage materialized in the sky next to balloons flying over the stage, following a spontaneous explosion. An altitude of some 60 feet above ground level. It's approximately 18 meters. Or whatever, I think that's meters.
Right.
It then proceeds to fall some 30 feet into the Crystal Tower in the ensuing whatever, deflagration.
Deflagration.
Yeah. Wouldn't report amid such chaos are notoriously unreliable.
Objection.
But the victim's neck was broken.
Objection.
From the very it had a heavy wooden plate. However, he fell, it would be unsurprising to find one or two of his vertebrae crushed. What's so funny?
Right. A riveting scientific analysis of events from the prosecution there. Though, to be more rigorous, you would have to say it was only one vertebra, actually. And how would you know this? He wasn't quiet for long.
And I had to see what's motivating Lord Von Thief. This Quinn is the curious swindler and one who deceived a personal friend of his.
If you're going to establish this deception, do it right.
Sorry?
I feel like there's an undertone there. Yes, and there's one more point. The defense appears to have forgotten. It obviously wasn't a trick, as a certain truth very plainly demonstrates. What?
I mean that the court examination had better continue, well, until we resolve this matter. However, you will amend your testimony with details of this truth.
Of course. We must treat the matter scientifically, after all. Ugh, I nearly had him there.
These beliefs took place because there's nowhere else 30 feet after the burgers have fallen from.
The kinesis clearly took place because there's nowhere else. Okay, I don't know why I'm saving, but I'm gonna save anyways. Really, 30 feet high birdcage. There's nowhere else. What about the trapdoor? That was actually wrong.
Let's try to examine what he says. Because sometimes we have to, show evidence during a press sometimes.
Which doesn't happen often, but yeah.
Hold it!
Hold it! What do you mean? Well, before the demonstration began, the victim was alive on stage in front of the audience. Yes, there was a lot of witnesses who saw Mr. Asman on the experimentation stage, that's true. And the victim's neck was broken as a result of the impact following a fall. Logically, therefore, the victim must have fallen from somewhere.
Luminite building was an altitude of 60 feet. Point of impact from the tower was 30 feet up. The difference of 30 feet is therefore the total distance per gauge effect.
And there's no other location from which the birdcage could have fallen that distance, and if it didn't drop out of the sky. Ergo, the victim himself must have been beamed from the stage into the sky above the Crystal Tower.
Sentence scientific analysis. How I hear it explained, it sounds incredibly possible.
Oh yes. It's all very well thought out.
Yeah, it is. Like the trapdoor, for example, that must have been thought out.
Say that again?
No, I was like, yeah, just like that trapdoor. You must have thought that out, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently all the spectators on the day saw it. birdcage floated 30 feet through the air. I mean,
Irritatingly, yes.
okay, so we do have to show something.
Okay.
It's always gonna be the. I mean, it's always gonna be that one that we have now. Wait, where is it? Okay, it was just updated. Dang it.
What was updated?
I did not know. No, it says that one of his testimonies just got updated, that's all. It was the thing we just pressed at.
Considering it took place because there's nowhere else 30...
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was just gonna be a new testimony, but no, it's just remember when we presented that whole thing?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he just added to his test. He just updated his testimony instead of making a whole new testimony. I thought it was just gonna be a new one.
Let's see. I want to look at something. Wait. Hold on. 30 feet high. Oh, wait, no. The balloon was they fell from 60 feet up, but the Crystal Tower is only 30 feet from where it fell. Okay, never mind.
I found it.
What is it?
The diagram. It's early on that we got it.
You talking about the sketch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Objection.
This is a diagram of the experimentation stage and its surroundings. We know that somehow the birdcage appeared in mid-air before falling into the Crystal Tower. A fall for about 30 feet or 9 meters. However, if you examine the diagram carefully, you'll see there is one other possible location which the birdcage could have fallen. The same distance of 30 feet.
No. Yes.
Well, it appears...
Well,
no.
Well, it appears in the sense of the possible explanation to put forward. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, my lord. Of course.
You indicate the place of which you're referring on the same diagram. The alternative location from which the birdcage could possibly have fallen and it was within 30 feet. I don't know, maybe.
The machine itself? I'm gonna say... distribution. I'm just gonna point below the diagram, below the actual machine.
Take that!
It had fallen from here. The birdcage would have plummeted the same 30-foot distance.
Objection!
Well, I got a different result. I pointed somewhere a little bit differently. I got something different.
Where did you point?
I pointed kind of like near, like at the top where the birdcage originally was, but a little bit. I think that's where I pointed at.
Interesting. Well, I did below it.
I think I got it right then, though.
You think you got it right? I mean, I'll go back. So
try doing like So like right around there.
Take that!
Yep, that's it. The place I'm referring to is here.
But that what birdcage would have been in to begin with.
Which is exactly the point, my lord. Yes, the birdcage was the machine on the stage. But what we must also consider is the height of the stage itself.
Go on, counsel.
It turns out that the experimental stage was built at a considerable height above ground level. If you look at the diagram, in fact, you'll see it's about the same height above ground as the balloon was above the crash site. When the experiment got underway, the machine and the birdcage were engulfed in steam. At that moment, the floor of the stage gave way, and if we assume there to be a void beneath, this birdcage and the one we've seen by the audience would have fallen almost exactly the same distance. Once again, my lord, this all points to the fact that there was not one birdcage, but two.
Objection!
No evidence that that's a stage. That's a hard. English is hard.
Right.
Conservative in its design.
Someone responsible for the chemical destruction of the kinesis machine itself is true. However, the stage still stands. And take a moment to look. Wow, we actually didn't have to present this? Holy shit. And take a moment to look at the photographic print the scene follows yesterday's explosion. Which, Von Siegs, are you saying you didn't actually look at this?
Lord, the metal rod. Rod or real F1 to 4, then it's done. I don't know, where is this thing?
Right. Yes, most likely blown open by the force of the explosion that destroyed the rest of the machine. The defense calls for the space below the stage to be investigated immediately. Mr. Drebber, it was you who built the kinesis machine, which means that it was you who built the two bird cages that were used to carry out this deception. Whether Professor Harebrain's hypothesis is sound or not makes no difference, because the construction of this machine it's the construction of this machine that matters. A machine designed to take Mr. Asmon's life.
No, because Harebrain didn't design or make it. It was him.
Exactly.
So he, like, Harebrain would not have known about the trapdoor.
Yeah, because he
didn't
said.
make the thing.
Yeah, because he said that he didn't. Know how the machine worked, so to speak, because he didn't build it.
Hmm.
He just designed it.
He designed it and also created the hypothesis that he had.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe freaking Drebber decided, he wanted to add a few of his own adjustments to the machine that were not originally there.
And lay the blame firmly at the professor's door, something that could only have been carried out by you, Mr. Eknok Drebber. Yeah. Ah!
Objection!
Oh, why did you put the cork back in? Just for him to slice it off?
This is a new bottle for some weird reason.
Yeah.
If my learnsman has reached the end of this wild assertion.
Yep.
I opened a new bottle, poured it into the cup, then crushed it.
That's Von Z's for you.
Must be willing to crush the defenses of Agnes slowly but surely, just like I did with my cup.
What?
And also, why is there no like red stuff on his gloves, considering that it's, you know, white?
We're just bringing this up now. We're just bringing this up now when he's done it so many times in the past.
No, it's not that. I'm surprised there hasn't been anything on this glove.
Yeah.
The argument fails to hold water. On two accounts.
2.
Firstly, before and after the experiment, the witness went nowhere near the kinesis machine. Every relevant member of staff and expedition has attested to that. The members of Scotland Yard have also been on watch duty at every public experiment. In other words, Mr. Trevor had no opportunity to switch the alleged pair of cartridges.
Objection!
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there, Von Zeeks. It was Mr. Drebber or the victim that told the professor to pull said switches in said order. So one of those switches activated the smoke, and another switch activated the trap door and it was released at the same time the explosion hit. But I've already explained why he wouldn't have needed to.
With the crossbow, that doesn't both say at all. The man who disappeared from stage and the man who crashed into the tower are one and the same. The forensic investigation supported an unequivocal affair. Unequivocal affair. I can't really say.
Unequivocal.
Unequivocal. On that point. Hard to say that. And the second flaw in your assertion, a distinct lack of motive. Why would this man have wanted to take the victim's life? He had no reason to. I guess we don't really he doesn't really have a reason, I guess, does he?
That we know of. But at the same time, does he need a reason if it's accidental? It probably didn't happen on purpose. Just bad luck. So, a motive? Do I have to think of everything myself? You're the MC, so yes.
I am here. What's that provided by the witness? Under the service, Lord Von Zeke. The contract into which Mr. Trevor entered with the victim, Mr. Asman, it reads, Mr. Trevor is to receive the 30% of all remunerations from government grants for income. 6%, certainly very favorable. Contractual conditions.
But there was one very important provision bolted into that clause. What provisions?
The government may only uphold this right on condition that both contractors parties are locked. Okay then.
Oh, that's... Okay, needs to be alive. So... if Drebber didn't want to give the victim, whatever his name is anymore. Wait, hold on. Mr. Drebber may only oppose. Oh, never mind. So yeah, that wouldn't. Oh. In other words, if either of us were to die, the contract would become null and void. Actually, then that would mean that any provision, any of the remusterance would go fully to, well, whoever's alive, theoretically. So you see, I had nothing to gain from Mr. Asmon's death. The diplomatic opposite, in fact.
Need I say more? The witness had neither an opportunity nor a reason to commit the illicit crime. In short, the possibility of Mr. Drebber having done as you suggest is nil.
Ah!
Stevens' defense assertion is somewhat wide of the mark. Lord Von Zeke, you will submit the contract as evidence, please.
Okay, I know he read it out, but I want to look at that contract real quick. The investor, Mr. Odie Asmon, hereby enters a contract with the provider, Mr. Egnok Drebber, to fund labor and materials of the construction of the super blah blah blah. Mr. Drebber is to receive 30% of all whatever from government grants or other income. Mr. Drebber may only uphold this right on construction that both contracting parties are alive.
Sounds like that would mean that he'll still get the full. Payment.
Exactly. Because 60% of that payment was to go to Osmond. But if he's dead, then wouldn't all that go to the contractor?
Yeah, it kind of reads like that.
It's true. If Drebber had no opportunity to switch the bird cages under the stage with the one in the Crystal Tower, he couldn't have done it. And in any case, I have no idea what his motive might have been.
There's one aspect of your argument that still holds true, however. There were two bird cages. The prosecution was unable to deny that.
Ah.
I'm sure you're on the right lines, Mr. Naruhodo. Now, no doubt there is other aspects of your assertion that are undeniable truths too. So it would seem the defense has no rejoinder to offer.
Well, I must say I'm a little surprised. I came here to testify about the machine I built, and instead my reputation is defiled. But the prosecution counter has set the record straight, I think. It's impossible that I'm the culprit.
Objection!
At the beginning of this trial, I believe there was only one bird cage. We believe there was only one bird cage. Yet now we know there must have been two. In other words, there was more to the demonstration than we realized at first. I think it's abundantly clear that the same applies to the culprit. The stage demonstration was constructed and set up in its entirety by you, Mr. Drebber. Therefore, it's inconceivable that you had no hand in the events that transpired. So, if circumstances mean it's impossible for that you could have carried out the crime yourself, it points to the fact that someone else was involved.
No, why are you suggesting?
Yes, my lord. Mr. Drebber had an accomplice.
Objection!
An accomplice now? Well then, I presume you're prepared for what's to come. Now that you've accused not only the witness, but someone else of the series of crimes. If these accusations turn out to be false, then make no mistake. Prosecution will demonstrate equally serious punishment for your slander. Counsel, you intend to pursue this course and wrongly accuse another party of involvement in this matter.
What do I do here? At the moment, this is a little more than a hunch on my part. I don't know for sure if Drebber had an accomplice, or even if he really is the culprit here. One way or another, though, I have to make my position clear as a lawyer. So what's my stance going to be? Did Drebber have an accomplice or not? Well,
Obviously, you would have.
obviously we're going to say yes, but who would be his accomplice? Let's see. Perseo's short pleasure voyages of flying balloons.
We're not at the part where we need to submit yet, so.
Say that again?
No, fine. I call.
I mean, if we back down, then that's it, right?
I mean, yeah, makes sense to continue.
So, we have to name an accomplice. The defense is ready to name Mr. Drebber's accomplice. Somehow, two bird cages must have been switched. Everything points to that. Yet, according to the coroner's report, that's not a possibility. But that inconsistency in itself is a clue.
Counsel?
Yes, my lord?
You've received a start warning already. If you're nevertheless determined, then I must now ask you to identify the alleged accomplice by name. So, your answer, please. Who do you claim to have been Mrs. Drebber's accomplice?
Let's see. I have a couple. I'm gonna put one way out there.
Take that!
Who do you do?
Mrs. Two Spell. Because she does have her museum in the Crystal Tower.
I think it's her, because I also submitted somebody else.
Who did you
And I also got the
submit?
same text. I got
Oh.
the same text.
Okay, so then that's not it.
I tried to do Mr. Loon.
Oh, the balloon man? Mr. Loon, the balloon man? That's who you tried?
It's not him. Yeah.
I wonder.
Take that!
Nope. Love how you say, who is this person? When it's the defendant, okay.
Take that!
Nope. Okay, I'm just going blind. Yo, I'm gonna try something once. Just stay, what if we back down? Let's face it, I have no idea who his accomplice might have actually been. Which isn't the strongest position to be in, is it, Ryunosuke? There's not, well, just pull mine up.
Yeah, I was about to do that.
And,
It's not her. Thing the sword at your side. Tom is crying out.
sorry?
Crying out for you. You feel the strength of your conviction now as a lawyer.
Yes, you're right. This sword, the sword that I inherited, which embodies the will of my best friend, is my own accomplice.
I'm not sure that's quite the right word, but that's a certain. Oops, I almost dropped my controller.
I had to open my window. By the way, what's the temperature outside right now? That'll give me a chance to see who was at my front door earlier. Okay, yeah. It's 51, so yeah, that kind of explains why it's a little bit warm in my room, minus the heat that's probably that was running here and there. The defense is ready to name Mr. Jarvis accomplice. Somehow the two bird cages must have been switched, so okay. So either way, okay, that gives me a chance. That tells me that I can just save right here, which will help. I can't say harebrained because that wouldn't make no sense.
Take that!
Are you?
We both got we both did the same one. And got.
Okay. I was actually not thinking it was her. I was just doing it randomly.
Oh, we both got the same one, so
Must be it. The name of the person in question is...
Oh, friend? Oh, his feet isn't blinded now. Slowly for them.
Of course I'm afraid. After all, naming her in this capacity is definitely going to make waves. A lot of waves.
I mean, I guess if he was an accomplice, he could do like a fake post-mortem report.
True. That
Because I think that's who.
I could very well...
Yeah, the autopsy report was by her. So she can, you know, fake it.
Yeah. I could very well turn every single person in this courtroom against me.
So it'll be alright, isn't it, huh?
Thank you, Miss Sasato.
The enemy always appears larger than life. We will expect the same to the enemy.
Alright then, here goes.
Kept us waiting long enough. Your answer, Council. Now.
The person who collude with Mr. Drebber in order to carry out this wicked crime is Scotland Yard's coroner, Dr. Courtney Scythe.
What the life are you talking about? The head of the forensic investigation team? The coroner who conducted the autopsy of the victim? Yeah, I know. Kinda hard to believe, to be honest.
Right. Wouldn't be the first time that a coroner would have done it. Maybe not in this game, but in other media. We know there were 2 bird cages, so who could have carried out the switch to the accomplice to complete the illusion? The accident happened in front of the huge crowd of spectators, and the area was immediately sealed off. Then everyone... It makes complete sense now. Everyone, police officers included, were banished to make way for the forensic investigation team. Then, when else could the switch have occurred? It can only have been in that team's presence.
True, only they were allowed to actually touch anything on there.
Exactly.
And the fact that even the police weren't even able to do it, it says something.
Now, I don't know if that's how it was back then, but that seems a little strange that the police would even be barred from it.
Yeah.
If you actually think about it, which obviously we didn't, but still. It's essential that the court determines exactly what happened following the incident. The defense demands that Dr. Scythe be summoned to the witness stand at once to testify. You know, I'm surprised that there hasn't been any of the,
Commission examinations?
Oh, no, not really that, but that that no one has declared any guilty parts yet.
True. Got nerve, lad. Standing up there, dragging a yarn's name through the mud.
I didn't mean to.
I know the woods very well. No better than bedroom worker out there. Say you call her a criminal. Hey, sometimes it's the people you least expect.
Right.
I learned friends imagining the police to be wilder than the East End at night. The recklessness of your accusation aside, it's not a great problem with your argument. One which the police demands you address at once.
A grave problem.
Oh my word. What do you claim acted as a victim's doppelganger?
What? How about a robot?
Or a waxwork?
Exactly.
Certainly, if the birdcage containing the body and the victim was exchanged for another, that case must also contain the body. And yet, no missing persons or accident or death of anyone even remotely resembling the victim has been reported. Which means there was no one, dead or alive, who could fulfill the role of a body double for Mr. Asden.
That's true. If my argument is that there were 2 bird cages, then there must have also been one person inside each. But I don't know if I got the answer to this yet, have I? What can I do to reveal this body double stunt was achieved?
It can't be named someone. That's what I can think. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm in that too, because we don't have any evidence on that. Very
so
well.
What are you gonna say?
I did name.
We don't have but we don't have any who could be a doppelganger though.
But we don't have any evidence.
Maybe.
Wait. Actually, I think we do.
I'm thinking maybe the head of the waxwork. Because remember that was in the balloon in his lab. That miniature balloon.
Yeah, and then that.
And it was the same. It was also the same color as the balloon that was actually there during the experiment.
And then on top of that, there was a broken piece of glass that was with
inside of it. Inside the thing. So yeah, it has to be that. So
well, let's find out.
Evidence.
Very well. The defense will address my learned friend's concerns. Really, Ryunosuke? By presenting evidence that reveals the true nature of Mr. Asmon's body double.
Wait, evidence? Sure hope that this isn't filibustering counsel. The court is expecting a name. Do you think you have relevant evidence? Present it now.
The body double, the bird cage, were hiding inside the balloon that was floating above the stage. Which means that any witnesses would have only seen them from 60 feet away. So who was it that would appeared out of the explosion some 18 meters above the spectators? Aha! The body double inside the second bird cage was... I'm gonna save just in case. Paranoia. Call me Sin. I should not have saved, but oh well. The waxwork head.
Take that!
We know that the victim, Mr. Asmon, was in the bird cage that was situated inside the kinesis machine on the stage. And therefore, he couldn't have been inside the second bird cage. Instead, that contained something else. What's been described as a body double, which is what fell from the sky and crashed into the Crystal Tower.
Well, according to your somewhat elaborate version of events.
And that body double inside the same cage was in fact...
It's alright, Miss Naruto. You're ready for this. Just steel yourself and come out with it.
Really? You had to use steel? Thank you, Mrs. Sato. I needed that. As I was saying, the body double inside the second birdcage was an unbelievable... Why is it here?
I thought they only had the head.
I mean, okay. And unbelievable as it may seem, that thing there. Why is it here? Okay.
Also, why are your eyes closed, buddy?
Right.
Objection!
Open your eyes and look into my Ebony friend. Now tell me, what are you playing?
Stand firm now, Ryunosuke. This is the time to show your Japanese spirit. Yet your eyes are bugging out, as always. As the court will observe, this is a waxwork model. Really? Haven't heard that in a minute. A model, in fact, of the infamous London murderer from 10 years ago, the Professor.
Objection!
And the Professor was missing yesterday.
There. Convicting the leader of the forensic investigation team as accomplice in the crime. And now you've moved on to making waxwork.
Yes, that's about the size of it.
Why? Now why this? Nothing was the victim. In fact, it can hardly resemble him less. I mean, considering he also has a thing over his head, don't blame him.
Exactly.
What possible justification could he give?
If you want to know why, ask Mr. Drebber.
What?
Just days before Professor Hairbrains performed his public demonstration, Mr. Drebber abducted this model from Madame Two Spells.
Did you say abducted? It's not a feeling that abduction, but okay.
Right. And 2 days after the incident at the Great Expedition, he returned it to the museum.
Then the timing. This is true, Mr. Drebber.
At first, I couldn't see why Mr. Drebber would have stolen the waxwork and given it back again. But now, the reason is clear. He took it so he could put it inside the second birdcage as a body double for Mr. Asman. Yeah!
Objection!
Are you hearing this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? You've seen the defense's astonishing proposal. What the witness fabricated is a vast machine with the intention of deceiving some wretched science. Then he did so in collusion with the country's finest coroner, on a public stage in front of a vast audience. And that, in effect, the deception he used a waxwork model that in no way resembles the victim. Are we really to believe this far-fetched tale? What do you decide?
Objection!
Wait. Yes, if you put it like that, of course it sounds implausible. Okay, my lord. Oh. I need to speak, if you please.
Go ahead, Mr. Foreman.
Myself and my colleagues have reached an agreement. Oh, here we go.
Good. Very good. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your leanings for the court to hear now.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
Guilty!
Kill me!
Blah, 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 blah. Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later.
That was indicated by the foreman. The jury has to reach a consensus.
I knew it was going to happen.
So get through this, Miss Naruto, as we always do. And uncover the truth. You need proof along the way, I'm quite sure.
Yes, I agree. I'm going to have to appeal to the jurors as usual and see if I can persuade them to change their minds.
Let's now embark on a submission examination. Are you and your fellows ready to proceed? Miss Norman?
We are, my lord.
Very well. In that case, I ask you now to state clearly all present here. The grounds on which each of you has decided that the defendant is guilty of the crime of which he is charged.
And actually, guys, this is actually a good place that we can actually stop for the day. Because I mean, we hit a crucial turning point in the case.
And also, it won't be affected by Monday, considering that you have off.
Right. Yeah, for anyone
So
who
we can go longer on Monday.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm on vacation this week, so I will be tomorrow. I don't know. I might stream. Friday will be my Let's Play. I'm changing that from what I originally decided I was going to do. Saturday will be my 12 or so hour stream. I probably start at 10 o'clock and might go all the way till between 8 and 10 o'clock tomorrow night, Saturday night. Friday's my birthday. I originally was going to do my stream then. But then I just remembered I have SmackDown Friday night. So I'm going to just push all that back to Saturday. So from like 10 to 8, 9, 10 o'clock will be my stream. I more likely will not do my Let's Play, any part of my Let's Play that day. It's just going to be random games that I'm just going to be bouncing between throughout the 12 hours. That's the plan, at least. So, yeah. Look forward to that on Saturday. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do that just so I can have my have all my days for the for this. So yeah. Anyways, let's see who to send you guys to over on Twitch before we head out. Okay. Oh, and Pokemon Champions dropped today.
Yeah, but I've been hearing it's not doing that well.
Say that again?
But I've been hearing it's not doing that well.
Not surprising. Well, I can. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I surely did. If you guys like what you see here, you want to see more, give me a follow here on Twitch. Subscribe to YouTube for any previous content. Also, ring the notification bell for when you know I go live or when videos get posted. Also on YouTube, if you like what you see, give me a like. Comment down below you enjoy and stuff I can improve on. I'm always looking for feedback. Follow me on Twitter for some updates. More updates and a chance to talk to me off stream, join my Discord. Everything's down below the stream and in the description on YouTube. But as usual, I've been your host, Revo. And until the next stream, stay true